So, YouTubers, Fortune Cookie 45 LC coming to you from the Hot Lead Zone. And you know, plinking is a uniquely American sport and pastime. And what plinking is taking any favorite firearm and going out and shooting any number of reaction targets in an informal and recreational manner. That's plinking. Now, of course, traditionally, the best caliber for plinking was the .22 long rifle. But because .22 long rifle is in short supply and also expensive, then all bets are off. We can plink with anything we want. And with cast bullet reloads in the .44 Magnum, it's actually less expensive than shooting .22. Now that applies to any cast bullet load, whether it's .38 Special or 357 Magnum or 9mm, 45 Auto, all can be used for plinking. But suppose you don't have a chance to get out into the great outdoors to do recreational plinking, and you want to do it at the range. But the range that you go to does not allow you to throw tin cans on the ground or shoot at little foam balls, this kind of thing. So what is a shooter supposed to do? Well, here's a possibility. And what you do is you take paper targets and make it into a plinking game so that what you have there is an outline of a tin can standing up, and after you shoot this one with a couple of shots, then a tin can's lying on its side, maybe a little quartering angle. So it's a little bit more of a harder target. You get more points for hitting that one. And then you hit it again, and now the tin can is end on, giving you the hardest target. So you got the most points. Well, if you take 6 shots out of a revolver, and you go 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, the highest point total you can get is 20 points. And then, if you just barely nick a can, you don't get the full points, you only get 1 point. So your lowest score is 0, your highest score is 20. And anything in between is possible. So it could be a very good game for new shooters shooting, for instance, a very lightly loaded 38s or 9mm. This kind of thing. By the way, you use up a lot of ammo plinking. This jug was full of .44 Magnums. And now we're down to less than 1/4. And that was 2 times to the range. We use up all that ammo. Well, that's okay, we can load some more. Let's go to the range with our .44 Magnum. What we got here is a 1980s Super Blackhawk and a Super Blackhawk from the year 2010. So let's take those to the range and plink. Plink. Well, so we're warming up. I won't tell you which gun shot which group. But here's a kind of interesting game that we might try, and that is take some new shooters to the range and do the equivalent of plinking at the range. And so the 6 shots that you shoot, there's a total possibility of 20 points. That might be fun for shooters that get bored shooting at bullseyes. 5 points for shooting at the end-on can. So the distance is 12.5 yards offhand. Let's go ahead and see how the 2010 version. 2010 Super Blackhawk started off well. Aimed here, hit there. Then I aimed down here and hit up there. So we got a miss. And in this game, a miss puts you out of it. So it's shooting high, so we went a little lower and almost missed it this way. But you can see the gun wants the group. So it was the shooter that couldn't quite work it out, and lesson here is make sure your sights are zeroed in for the distance before you do the plinking challenge. So here's the 1980s gun. Well, doggone, Art's gun scored a perfect 20. So there you see 6 rounds with Art's gun. There's 4 points in the upright can, 6 points in the horizontal can. That's a little bit of a 2/3 angle. That's 10 points. And then 10 points in the end-on can. That's 20 points. So 20 out of 20 for Art's Super Blackhawk. That's a pretty good shooting revolver, actually. Now, YouTubers, while I was at the range today, there was this shooter shooting a Rossi break-open single shot in .45 Colt, and he shot the rest of this box of ammo that he had, and you'll notice the price. $51.99 for a box of 50 lead bullet cowboy loads. And he shot about half a box, 22 rounds actually. I know that because I got his brass. See all that Winchester brass. And he finished up the box, threw the box away, and so what happened was I actually showed him, these are my 44s of course, and how I cast these from range scrap, and the cost was just the powder and primer, so I figured about 6 cents a round. So I shot 50 for $3 compared to $51.99. He was just shaking his head. Kept saying, "That's amazing. That's amazing." Well, YouTubers, that was great fun today, and you might give it a try with anything that you might like, 38s, 357 Magnums, 44, 45s, all of this. But if you got new shooters at the range you're entertaining, you probably want to use either a 22 long rifle or a very lightly loaded 38 target load. Cast bullets. Have fun plinking at the range. Bye for now.